Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Joanna Booth, the owner of Sanguine Portraiture. Welcome to my backyard. So one of the things I love about my backyard is that it is so green. We have rose bushes, we have an orange tree, a lemon tree, a fig tree, a pomegranate tree. There's so many different fruit trees that I love just looking out my back window all the time. When I'm usually scoping and searching for locations outdoors, I'm looking for something that has lots of greenery, some place where I can shoot behind. I just love the look that shooting in between leaves provides. And this shoot that I did for that was in Vogue, Italia. You can see a little bit at the top of it how the red came just right over the top of that picture. And the way that was accomplished was I had an azalea bush and basically just grabbed a branch off of that and let that filter and provide. I would have the flower on my lens just right above here, so it gives that little bit of, so if I'm shooting here, it gives it that little bit of direction like this, and see how much it gives it more of a dreamy kind of feel, especially if it's at a really good camera. I've stopped at like 2.8 or something. So I'm using my 86-inch PLM. My Einstein light so that's how my light is pretty much set up. I'm standing where my tripod is. She's standing pretty much right in between where this walkway. So if my camera is here, she's standing right in this little alcove right there. And from that position, my light was here to block a lot of the sun that was coming in her face, and I probably might have had it a little bit closer to her. I like to have my light pretty close, but that's a good example of how I have a diffusion panel in the front, I've got the black on the back, and I have my Einstein. I have a pretty heavy duty light stand. So one tip and trick is obviously to find some of the shade if you can. If not, to use your light like I'm using here to block even more of the shade. So a lot of finding the light in the area is, sometimes harsh light works just as well too. But I generally like shade, and then I'll bring in my light to provide more of that direct light. So to give you some more information as to how I kind of went around my backyard to do this backyard session, because this was right before COVID started, and so I wanted to practice with her to see how to make, how, if we could do social distancing, how I could do that with keeping people 6 feet apart by coming and shooting outside. And she was my test subject for that. She's a muse that I've used quite often, and a neighbor, and she did a really great job. So one of the big things that I really enjoy having in my studio are these halo crowns. I have 3 of them. And another thing I really like to use are wraps. I usually get these from places that are in Houston, like Fabrictopia, or you can just order them from online. So this one is a pretty big piece of fabric. I'm gonna back up so you can see it. It is probably 4 yards, and it is huge. So the way that I usually wrap my clients, I usually start it kind of around the back like this, and then I'll have them bring their arms up, so it's like that, and then I'll have them bring the arm up like this. The girl who was the model for this outdoor backyard session, she never took her clothes off. What we did was, she had a tank top on, and I kind of positioned it like this. So in the back, it looks like this. She kept her jeans on. I had her place her hands somewhere kind of like this, up around her. And then from the side, you can see that you really don't see the pants. So what I'll do is I'll take the side, kind of push it behind them. It's hard to do by myself, but if their arms are fixed like this, so this is pinned, then you take it while their hands are here, and you take the fabric and you move it back like this. And then when they turn around, it's all like one piece, and then we just kind of drape it. So it stays like that, and we have them kind of like that, but it would be hidden around the back. So that's kind of a simple way of doing the fabric. So to talk about the settings that I shot that picture, I have a Canon 5D Mark III. I used an 85mm camera. I shot it at 7.1 ISO 400, and I believe my shutter speed was 1/160th. And again, I talked about on my Einstein back there how low I used the light, really to kind of provide more of that direction and more fill. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this little behind the scenes on how I shot the Woodland Queen set. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And I will be more than happy to, I'm looking at a squirrel, I'm so distracted outside. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. All right, bye. I had azalea bushes, which they're already dead. And I'm sweating, it is so hot in Texas. It just adds that level of Grecian goddess. There's butterflies flying all over the place. Anyway, another out of zip ties. My hairstylist made this one. I hate it. Like this. Oh, and it keeps going and going.